Hi y'all, welcome back to our series on the good life. Today we turn to Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of the ancient world. A student of Plato and teacher of Alexander the Great, Aristotle wrote about nearly everything: logic, science, politics, art, and ethics. For him, philosophy was a way to understand the world and how we should live within it. Aristotle begins with a big question. What is the ultimate purpose of human life? He believed that everything has a goal, everything has a function, and for human beings, our function is to use reason well. Living well means living rationally and living virtuously. According to Aristotle's function argument, everything in nature has a purpose or a function. A good knife cuts well, and a good human reasons well. For Aristotle, our unique human function is rational activity, using reason to guide our lives. To live well is to perform that function excellently. Let's take a look at Aristotle's function argument in his own words. Every art and every inquiry, and similarly every action and pursuit, is thought to aim at some good, and for this reason the good has rightly been declared to be that at which all things aim. That passage opens Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, and it introduces the idea that every human action aims at some good. Just as a knife's purpose is to cut well, the purpose of human life is to reason well, to perform our unique function with excellence. For Aristotle, understanding this purpose is essential to living a good life. A good life, then, is not random and it's not subjective. It's a life that fulfills our human nature through the activity of reason. Eudaimonia is Aristotle's central idea. It's often translated as happiness, but it's better understood as flourishing. It's not about fleeting feelings, but about living a complete, excellent life. Eudaimonia is the ultimate intrinsic good, the goal for which everything else is pursued. When talking about eudaimonia as the ultimate goal, Aristotle says happiness then is something final and self-sufficient and is the end of action. So here Aristotle defines eudaimonia, which, as I said earlier, we often translate as happiness or flourishing. But he doesn't mean a passing emotion or a passing feeling. So eudaimonia is a complete state. It's the final end for which everything else is done. We study, we work, we build relationships, we do all these things not for their own sake, but because they contribute to this ultimate goal, which is a life lived in accordance with reason and virtue. In Aristotle's view, eudaimonia is not something that happens to us, it's something that we achieve through living well. Aristotle's ethics center on virtue and the development of a good character. Virtues like courage, generosity, and wisdom are developed through habit and practice. Aristotle's golden mean is a moral rule that describes how virtue lies at the midpoint between two extremes. Some examples of this are courage as the midpoint or golden mean between cowardice and recklessness, and generosity as the midpoint or golden mean between stinginess and wastefulness. Virtue through action. According to Aristotle, we become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. This quote captures Aristotle's deeply practical approach to ethics. Virtue is not a matter of theory, it's a matter of habit. We form our character through repeated actions. So if we want to become virtuous, we have to practice virtue in our everyday life choices. Over time, these choices shape who we are. This is the foundation of Aristotle's virtue ethics. Living well means training ourselves through action to become the kind of person who naturally chooses what is right. The role of community. Aristotle believed that humans are social animals by nature. No one can flourish alone. Friendships and community are essential for the good life because they help us to grow, they challenge us, and we share in mutual happiness. Flourishing happens together, not in isolation. Aristotle's legacy endures as a cornerstone of ethical philosophy. His vision of happiness, rational activity in accordance with virtue, remains deeply influential. He reminds us that happiness isn't just about pleasure, but about becoming excellent, balanced, and wise human beings. So here's the reflection prompt I'll leave you with. Do you think flourishing comes more from who you are, your character, or from what you feel, your happiness and pleasures? Aristotle clearly favors character, but the debate continues. Alright y'all, that's all for now. If you'd like to watch the other videos in the Good Life series, take a look at that playlist posted on the channel. We also have more videos on philosophy and ethics. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day.